Moosh is an artist who has stolen $20,000 just from me and the 2 or 3 other people I know personally. The issue is that there are at least 20 other artists, producers, and engineers that he's done this to. And one of these people, my friend Jake, did a podcast where he exposed the situation recently. And I don't really want to jump into the pig pen too much in 2025, but this is my homie, and he also did make a brief mention to my situation as well. So we'll be back to beats on this channel tomorrow, but I did want to share this with you today because it's important. So let's rip the band-aid off. Jake doesn't elaborate too much on my situation out of respect, which I do appreciate, so I'll just give you the cliff notes before jumping into the podcast. I did a beat with a producer named Woosil that Moosh got on, and then he got Cam freaking Meekins on it, which is pretty dope. And then he got the track placed on a major network. All really dope stuff. The issues, in the most TLDR way that I can explain them, are that Cam didn't get paid for his feature, Woosil and I didn't get paid our producer fees, which were a few $1,000s each. Woosil didn't get paid his finder fee for setting up the project, and since Moosh lied about making the entire track by himself, none of us can claim publishing without suing, which for me, it's not really worth it because I have an established career as a record producer and I get paid other publishing and royalties from other syncs and placements and just a bunch of stuff from my catalog each month. So it's like I can recoup that from that, and also just in general, like there's a lot of other like revenue streams that I have set up, but I don't want to make it seem like a few $1,000s, a couple $1,000s, $5,000, $10,000, any amount of money isn't meaningful, bro. It could have been $10 or $50, and at some point it would really just be the principle, and it's not really the matter of a mistake, or it could have been a mishap, or it could have been honestly just him trying to finesse. It's the fact that he didn't try to make it right and that he actually did double down on it. And again, I could show screenshots of him really doubling down on it. I could show you screenshots. This guy set up a fake management company. Like he really went in on like trying to finesse the game with the way he does it, and it gets devious. Like the way Jake talks about it in the podcast clip is insane. Even the podcast host, bro, was like, yo, I've got a story too, and then he recounts. It's just like crazy how devious he really gets with the situation. So again, I'm not really trying to make it seem like it's the most money in the world or like it's a minuscule amount of money. It's really like the amount of money is way less meaningful than it's just really the principle and like the fact that he's like a serial perpetrator with this kind of thing. And yeah, it would really suck if that happened to a producer who couldn't afford for that to happen, you know what I'm saying? Woosil is another producer who I know works really hard, and at some point these are the kinds of things that you do have to kind of charge to the game. Mike and Jake talk about how you will get screwed at some point. In everyone's case, it might not necessarily be as big as something like this, but you know, these are the things that you have to charge to the game. That being said, it does still suck, and I think as an underground space, I think it's important for us to have discourse about these things. So that's all this really is. But like going back to the amount of money, because I don't really mind the amount of money, but the craziest part about the amount of money regarding my situation is that it's not even that much literally compared to what he did, the raw amount of money he got from other people. So just take a listen.
Well, this is actually a good segue into the
story.
What I was gonna say.
Yeah, I want to hear this, dude.
I don't think you know about this, but
I'm excited to hear about it, dude.
So I had made a decision last year, in like, I don't know, I don't remember what time. This was maybe in the spring or something like that. But I wanted to start doing live as much as possible. Out of the blue, I have. Do you know who Moosh and Twist is?
Oh, of course I know. I have a fun Moosh and Twist story too, but yours first, dude.
So mine's specifically about Moosh, or as I like to call him, Mooch. I'll explain. But
yeah, Philly dudes, dude.
Yeah, man. So he reached out to me to hop on a tour, and I was like, all right. And then so I had toured with Cam. That's the only experience I had thus far. And so I start asking him questions or whatever, because he was like, yo, I got these dates. Do you want to hop on? It'd be this, or whatever. And so I just asked him like a laundry list of questions. And then he's like, you know what? Let me just call you. So he called me. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff or whatever about the logistics of the tour and stuff like that. And I was even kind of like pushing back on like some details just because I had been in around it, where I was like as an example, he wanted to bring a drummer, but he was going to bring like a bunch of people. And I was like, you sure you're not going to bring a trailer or something? Like whatever, just like certain questions.
Logistics.
Yeah, but it's like very important when you're doing a tour, because it's like it's questions you need to know, because then it's like, how much merch can I bring, you know, et cetera, whatever. Lots of details. I just want to clarify that. And then, so then it was like coming down further to it, and he's like, this was to be transparent, it was a buy-on situation, right?
Yeah, most beginning tours are.
Right, for sure. And I have no shame in that. And even with this story, I'll say I have no shame in what happened. But anyway, so eventually he got to the point where we're getting close to it. He's like, all right, man, I need you to pay so we can lock in. So I do that. The following day, he goes, wait, my manager just got in a car accident, so hold on buying any like tickets to get to the beginning or whatever and stuff. And I was like, wait, what's going on here?
Dude.
Yeah, so then I'm
You have
like,
a horror story.
this literally is. So it gets way crazier though. So I just, my heart sank. And for some reason, I'm like a little bit naive sometimes. Like I want to like see the best in people type situations or whatever. And so I'm like, what's going on here? So I started like doing some digging. I actually went through like his Venmo history. And by the way, any of this, if you want to cut out, you can, but
No,
whatever.
I'm interested. No, I want to hear this, dude. Like,
So then-
I have a story too. It's not,
Okay.
it's neither good or bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. But anyway, so I start reaching out to some other people and be like, hey, did you get sold a tour that just never happened or whatever? And lo and behold, I found it ended up being like, even at the time, I think it was like $10,000 to $15,000 worth of stolen money.
Oh,
And then
my. From Moosh?
Yeah. And
Moosh,
then,
you gotta fucking come on the podcast and explain this, dog.
he can't,
Oh,
man. He has no.
This
it's
goes
bad.
back to reputation, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's like real bad. It goes deeper than that too. We eventually we got legal
no,
involved
dude.
and stuff like that with like other people too. Cause like as time went on, I could show you right now. I'm in a group of like 25 people.
How much you get
and
burned for?
Me personally, I think like $2,000, and then but I did a credit card chargeback on like half of it or whatever. So I lost $1,000, which
Yeah.
I'm not even like. You have to be willing to take swings in this business, and like sometimes you got to take it off the
It
chin.
sucks though when it's somebody who like has
Yeah.
been known to be reputable. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Moosh and Twist, like, on the come up, like I remember seeing them with Rex Arrow
For sure.
films and stuff.
For sure.
And I know
Toured with Mike. I mean, like bunch of
That's
dude,
what I'm saying,
They had
dude,
shit
like-
going for them.
Yeah, it's devastating to hear. And I think Twist is doing his own thing. Like I think he changed his whole artist moniker and everything.
Well, this is maybe a little bit hearsay, but I kind of heard through the grapevine that that's like why they split.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I can't even like specifically talk on that.
We
but
need the Moosh and Twist podcast. Moosh, you gotta do some explaining and some
he can't, though.
chargebacks.
He
dude.
can't, man. He can't because
Bro,
like
that's devastating, dude.
I know. Like, well, the thing is, like, we started just like calling him out on the lies and stuff, and then like he would try and tell people, oh yeah, I got more dates coming, or oh yeah, I'll get you a refund, or oh yeah, like this and that or whatever. But I just like, as time would go on, I made it like pretty public. I made a song about it or whatever, and like some different stuff, so people knew that it had happened to me. And actually, it's funny. I just had another person. Do you know? You might not. This dude, his name's Chew. He's been on Kyle Beats channel a few times or
I'm
whatever.
not familiar with you.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well like on YouTube and stuff, and he's a super dope producer. But I literally just had a thing where he reached out to me where Moosh was trying to work with them or whatever, and they had an upfront fee for production or whatever, and then they were trying to work it out. And eventually I think he posted it or something. Either way, I know he just didn't pay him, whatever, took the thing, just didn't
Dude,
pay.
it's crazy because like you'd be surprised how many artists in the business are just terrible with business, dude. And like,
Yeah,
to
but
like
that's not just bad with business.
that's
like
fucked
out
up,
to screw
dude.
people.
Yeah, like
That's like a different thing.
no, I agree, dude. That's
Yeah.
like, bro. I mean, I'll tell you my motion. It's not nearly as. It's a quick, just random.
This will be a good clip.
Yeah, this is just a random fun fact, dude.
Yeah.
Well, so Moosh and Twist, and this is an example of being reputable, right?
Yeah.
So Moosh and Twist have a song with Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
I was supposed to direct the video for
Okay.
it. It never happened though.
Okay.
Like we were ready to go, like day of. Like
Yeah.
I was driving down to Philly.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yo, we're not gonna be able to get Uzi for this." So I was like, "That was the end of it." That's my story. That's
Yeah.
it. It's fucking short and sweet. It's just like, oh, I almost did a video with Lil Uzi Vert
It would have
via
been
them.
cool. Yeah, it would have been cool.
Like I said, I'm happy that Jake put this out there, and I'll be even more happy when I'm out of the pig pen and back to making beats tomorrow on this channel. I dropped one on the first channel just this morning, so you can go check that out here, and you can check out the most recent one I did on this channel appearing on your screen now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Check out Jake, linked in the description below. I love you so much. Peace.